What is up, everyone? We're back here with part 2 of this year's Pennsylvania rabbit season. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more action. In this first video here, I didn't have a whole lot of time that day, so we were just getting out for a quick hunt. The intent was just to pretty much run one rabbit, hopefully get one chase in, and that's exactly what happened.
You wanna go hunting? You wanna go hunting, huh? Yeah, don't you? Yeah. You wanna go hunting, huh?
This is also still pretty early in the season, and the short hunts are good for the dogs here, just trying to keep them fresh while also getting their legs in shape and preparing them for the rest of the season. This is their 10th season of hunting, so they're not exactly pups anymore, even though they still act like it here, as you can see them getting fired up in the pen.
Come on, Maggie.
The dogs just opened up in here. Getting to a spot, hopefully where we can see and maybe get this rabbit. Stand right here at this road and hopefully it comes running back. So here I'm just scanning for the rabbit, and it actually got pretty far ahead of the dogs here. I wasn't really expecting it at the time where it pops out, and the shot was a little far, maybe even a little out of range. And once I zoom in here, you can see it got into some thick grass right as I shot, and the BBs probably didn't get to this rabbit. It's too far to even see here with my GoPro, but I do switch to the gun camera, and you can see one tiny glimpse of it taking one hop into that patch of grass before I fire a shot. No idea if I got that rabbit or not. If not, it should circle again, I would think. I'm gonna get in position in case I missed. I think I might have got it, but not sure. If I didn't, it's got to run right through here pretty much. So I moved here to this spot because I know there's a creek only about 25 yards away in the direction I'm looking, and the rabbit usually doesn't cross it at this area. So I figured the way it was running, it would keep running up along the side of the creek, and if I moved forward, that I might get another shot at it. And the dogs actually stopped barking for a split second, and I thought maybe I got the rabbit. Now I'm gonna go see if I got it. Well, it turned out the dogs just lost the scent there for a couple seconds, and they were actually past the point where I shot at the rabbit, so I knew I didn't get it. Doesn't look like it. The way they're going, I didn't get it. At this point, I'm figuring the rabbit is already past me, and I'm kind of holding out hope for another circle, but it turned out it was kind of holding tight, and it ended up running right out past me. When this actually happened, I actually thought I hit the rabbit with the first shot, but it's pretty obvious I was too far in front of it. But it just was funny the way the rabbit kind of stopped when the dirt flew up in front of its face and jumped ship over to the other tire track. And I don't know how I hit it with the second shot. It was just kind of point and shoot, and somehow I got him, and I actually got him in the front half. When I cleaned that rabbit, he wasn't shot up in the back legs like I thought he would be. Now, that was actually one of my favorite shots that I got on camera all season long. It was just cool how the rabbit stopped like that when the dirt flew up in its face and changed tire tracks instead of just keep running straight forward, how it jumped ship. I think if it would have kept running forward, I don't know if I would have got it, but the time it took for it to slow down and move over allowed me to get back on it and get it with that second shot. Barely got it. They ran right past the road it was on. Maggie's got him. Maggie's got him. Good girl. Good girls. Good girls. Here, Molly. Here it is. Here it is. There you got him. Good girl. Good girls. Good girls. Can we get another one yet? Huh? Can we get another one? Good work. Yeah. Good girls. Alright, so this is now the next hunt. I was back out with my dad, and no kidding, we lowered the dogs from the tailgate, and before we even put our coats on and grabbed our guns, they were already chasing. So we had hopes that it would be a pretty good day. Only out of the truck for about 30 seconds, and they're chasing. So once I got a feel for kind of what this rabbit was doing, I moved into the thicker cover and found a spot. And man, the rabbit must have been pretty far in front of the dogs because they came right by me here. And I thought I was there long enough that I should have seen that rabbit, but apparently not. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. This rabbit is sitting tight. I just caught a glimpse of it. So I'm standing at the exact same spot here, and the dogs are just over to my right now instead of the left. They kind of went back out towards that open field and circled back around to my right. And now the rabbit wasn't very far in front of them at all. It actually opens up pretty good here to my right, and I was hoping the rabbit would run right past me. There's a creek over there about 30 yards away that is pretty big. I've never seen a rabbit cross it in all the years hunting here. So I figured I was in a pretty good spot, and as it turned out, I saw the rabbit, but it just didn't come where I needed it to. I tried to zoom in and show you this rabbit because if you know where you're looking, you can see it take 1 or 2 hops on video here. There's kind of one last real thick piece of grass and brush before it opens up farther to my left. And he hops in there, and I'm waiting, as the dogs are getting closer, I'm waiting for him to keep going left or even come straight towards me. But he never did. He must have just turned straight away from me and disappeared through that brush. I just never got a shot at him. Just sitting so tight. Come on out of here. At this point I was thinking maybe he was just sitting there waiting for the dogs to kind of come and bust him out again, but the dogs eventually went right through there, and like I said, I just never saw the rabbit again. He's gonna be too close to the dogs. I never saw him run out of there. He must have ran out the back side. Shortly after that last chase ended, the dogs jumped another rabbit. This one pushed forward to a spot where it was perfect for us. There comes a spot where the woods get real narrow, and then there's a creek to our left and the field at the top. And so what happens is one of us stands down along the creek bottom, which was me, and my dad stayed up along the edge of the field. And he actually saw this rabbit pop out about 60 yards away from him. It ran straight away for 40 yards, stopped, and came straight back to him on the same line, just trying to throw the dogs off. That's kind of their strategy to get away, to trick them with their scent. It ran the whole way back to him, and he was able to get it with his third shot. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of this on video. I didn't even get the dogs coming back to it. I was pretty excited because this was a special rabbit for us. So I got the dogs when I was 14 years old, and as a Christmas gift that year, my grandparents got me 2 handmade wooden beagle piggy banks. And they're actually pretty cool. And what we decided to do was just throw a quarter in every time we got a rabbit that the dogs chased. And we've been doing this ever since we got them. The reason this last rabbit was so special is because it was actually number 100. And it was fitting that my dad got it. I shot the first one that they ever chased, and Dad got number 100. So you can see here we put them in Maggie. Molly doesn't get the quarters. She's full of just random coins, but Maggie gets a quarter for every rabbit. Now, I know 100 rabbits isn't exactly a lot for some people. Some people shoot 100 rabbits in one season, but for me, a 14-year-old kid with a pair of beagles that costs a total of $150, I think we did pretty good. Without actually counting the quarters, I'm not even sure what our total is at the end of this year for their career. But, in 10 years, we average over 10 rabbits a year. I know one year we lost almost the entire season to deep snow. And throughout high school, I certainly missed some hunts with basketball games and practices and stuff. But the last couple of years, it's been closer to 20 rabbits a year. And I've tried my best to hunt them as much as possible throughout the years. And I've really had a lot of fun doing it. So this little hillside here, it's so thick at the corner of it, and there's always rabbits in it. And sometimes the dogs will be barking like 10 minutes in one spot, basically, not even moving because they can't. And it takes all that time to even get the rabbits out at times. And even when they do come out, there's a little grassy road. They cross it, and they get into another section of woods with some cut-up limbs, and they just never, ever come out of it. They never have a good chase. They never circle. The rabbits just disappear. So now when they do get one out of here, we just go ahead and take a shot at it. This was pretty far, and of course I missed. Ran down through, came flying past my dad. He missed as well, and just as expected, it never came out of that other section. There we go. So now we're almost back to the truck. I'm standing almost exactly where I was in that first clip where the rabbit just didn't come out of the thick stuff where I could see it. And it may even be the same rabbit. It's kind of acting the same here, where it's letting the dogs get pretty close to it when it's in thick cover. And I got a glimpse of it twice, far from me but close to Dad, and he just wasn't able to see it. I saw it. Man, so I could see the rabbit from here. It ran up through some real thick cover. Dad couldn't see it. Now it just ran pretty close to him. I saw it again. Hopefully one of us can get a shot at it here. It's sitting real tight, waiting for the dogs to get right up against it. So I hung tight here, and not long after I saw it the second time, it finally ran by me, and I was able to get a shot. It was tough to see on the GoPro. The gun camera just didn't quite click on in time to be able to see the rabbit moving, so you can't really see it there either, but nonetheless we got the rabbit. I watched that clip 100 times and I can't even see the rabbit. It was there. I got him. I must have been able to see it better in person as it moved into the clearing a little bit, but just too far away and too thick to get it on camera.
That was a long chase. It's a good one. Oh, we got him. We got him. This was a kind of a weird chase. The dogs are going a little slow. They've been at it. They're tired out for sure. But 2 or 3 times this rabbit came out and then just sat tight and thick stuff, made the dogs come right up to it and busted again. It was right beside my dad. He didn't get a shot. Thankfully it came down here and we got him. Rewarded the dogs a little bit, see if they find it. They're probably only about 15 yards away. Molly, here it is, Molly. Maggie got him. Good girl. Good girl, Mags. Good girl. Come here, Molly. Come here, Molly. Good girl. What do you want there, huh? Good girl. Right here, Molly. Right here. Right there, Molly. There you got him. Okay, that's it. Let him go. Let him go. Hey, hey, drop it. Maggie, drop it. Maggie, drop it. Good girls. Good girls. Come here. Good girls. That was a good day, huh? Good girl. Good girls. Yeah, at least you stopped bleeding, huh? At least your ear clotted up, huh?
You want this all?
Get the bunnies, huh? You tired? Tired, old girls? You got 100 and 101.
So we're on to the next hunt here, and this was just a brutal day. I think it was just a day that I had off of work for some reason, and it was windy and cold, and this is actually the second spot we went to. We covered a lot of ground, and we didn't put a single rabbit out, and it was just a brutal day. But finally, they did jump a rabbit, and this is a pretty cool clip coming up.
See what happens here.
So I moved forward here to what I thought was the best spot. It didn't take long, and the rabbit came flying to me. I mean, this was the fastest rabbit I shot at all year. It was just no chance of getting it, and it's funny to watch. Over the years on this exact grassy road, this exact spot, I've shot at rabbits that were just hopping or even sitting still. And this one was just coming through there like a torpedo. It was just fun to shoot at, but very difficult. Even in slow motion here, I think if this rabbit came running through at half speed or quarter speed like in some of these clips, I still don't know if I would have hit it. He was just booking it. I played that clip over a few times just because I think it's so funny and so cool to watch how fast that rabbit's running. A lot of times with beagles, the rabbits are sitting still or taking just short, slow hops, and then every now and then you get one like this, and it's just so funny.
Well, that thing came flying through there. if it found a hole in there. I certainly didn't get it.
Now, unfortunately, like I said, this day was just brutal weather. We covered a lot of ground, didn't find any rabbits. I think they were all underground, and not long after I shot at this one, that's where he went. Not too far from where I missed, the dogs ended up barking down a hole, and that's just the type of day it was. But nonetheless, that one shot, that one clip definitely made the day worth it.
Sorry I let you down, girls. I knew I'd get a shot, but I was hoping it wasn't running that fast. But at least I got to run one. It was a cold, windy day, and I think most of the rabbits were underground. At least we got one chase in there. Should be a pretty cool video. I probably was nowhere close to hitting that thing. It was running pretty fast, but I'm excited to see what it looks like.
So the last hunt I'm going to include in this video is just another brutal weather day. I mean, it was like 16 degrees when I hunted. I could only hunt the morning, so it was brutally cold. We got like 3 to 4 inches of just complete fluffy, powdery snow overnight, and the conditions were just as bad as they could be for the dogs. I was literally watching them sniff and seeing snow just snort up into their nostrils, and not long after we started, there was just ice hanging from their chins, just terrible conditions. They really didn't stand a chance, but I wanted to get them out and just stretch the legs and let them run. Here they start barking in just an absolute pile of thick stuff. Logs, brush, briars, whatever. It's just really thick. And over the years, we've never once had a rabbit come out of here. And both dogs started barking, and I thought maybe there would be one in there, but I kept the camera on and I waited for probably close to 2 or 3 minutes, and nothing came out. So I flicked the camera off, and sure enough, like 5 seconds later, the rabbit busts out. I wasn't going to shoot it. I knew they probably wouldn't be able to chase it given the conditions, but I figured we could come back here another day and hopefully run this rabbit. And it came, I mean, right to me. When it first hopped out of the brush, it was just kind of sitting there, and then it took off and came like right to my feet. But by the time they got the camera on, it ran just past me, and it was just pretty funny.
Give them a chance, see if they can chase it. But wouldn't have had trouble shooting that one. Let's see. It's tough conditions, but
by the time I got the camera on, it was running like right to me. It was just barely past me, but I figured I'd throw it in here. It was a pretty cool clip, and that's just how we're going to wrap up today's video. Yeah, it ended up going, I could see the rabbit run. It's pretty open there. I could see it run about 30 yards from me, and then there's a ditch. And the last spot I saw it, the ditch is kind of undercut with some roots and stuff, and that's where the dogs stopped barking. I don't know if the rabbit actually went under there or if they just lost it. I mean, they were never going to take this rabbit far given the conditions, but we gave them a chance, got out, and spent some time together, so it was a good day nonetheless. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back soon with part 3 of this series.